Hey, hey. Long time, no play. I don't know. That's life. That's how it goes. Been busy. Still don't know how to play this game as well as I should. But I've done some reading. I've made myself some resources. And I have done my best, given the time I've been allotted, to prepare Foundry a little bit better. I've been able to automate several things, not as much as I want, but there you go. Shocker, I had to go. It'd been so long since I played, I had to go re-watch Character Creation and Episode 1 of The Misadventures of Biff Butt Cheeks. Excuse me for the cough there. And then I had to go look real hard to find this, which you can't read. But it is his crew, Poldy Bush and Nikita Rad. Because I knew their names, but I had no idea what their characters looked like. I knew I had generated them, I knew I had them somewhere. Anyway, found them. If you're wondering what the big spinny face hugger is here, why it's here, and then we'll get going. I'm actually utilizing the Alien RPG game world for this because there's not a game world for Across 1,000 Dead Worlds. It would be really awesome if somebody made one, but that ain't gonna be me because I don't know how. So I'm using the Alien RPG in Foundry so that I can actually play this game in a hybrid virtual manner. I've got a lot of pen and paper stuff. I've got the inestimable, as soon as I figure out where I put him again, Biff Butt Cheeks. I toyed around with changing his name pronunciation to Boucher, but yeah, I like this, Biff Butt Cheeks. So I've got that available in digital, but there's not a form-fillable NPC sheet. I should try and figure out how to make one of those, but now I'm rambling. Anyway, it's a hybrid setup. I'm going to use Foundry for mapping all my dice rolls, that kind of thing. And then I'll take notes on the NPCs and stuff like that via pencil and paper. And hopefully I'll be utilizing the journals in Foundry to keep track of some stuff. But anyway, when last we left our intrepid, I don't even want to know. I don't even know if I should call them heroes, but we'll call them explorers. When last we left our intrepid explorers, Biff Butt Cheeks, Nikita Rad, the gregarious, outgoing social media celebrity who likes exercising while wearing very little clothing and talking. She really likes talking. And the much more middle-aged, much more reserved Poldy Bush. They had just arrived at an RSI location. Excuse me. And the RSI location has yet to be created. So that's going to be the first thing that we do. I have gone so far as to create a bunch, I'll just drag it over here and show you right quick, a bunch of tables. Put most of these in myself with the aid of Roll Table Importer. This one's really cool. It's got nothing to do with 1,000 Dead Worlds, but So there really are 1,000 of them. All right. So arriving at the expedition site, I've cleared out the chat because I'm going to be relying heavily on that. And I am going to roll on the arrival table. Apparently my right click doesn't work there. Okay. First you pop out. Alright, we'll do it this way. If not alien. We're going to draw us a result and pop this out. And because I know I'm going to need it, because we're making a site here, I'm going to create a new journal. And as soon as we find out the name, we will create the journal for that and go from there. Site tables. Okay, I think this is the one. That's the thing about this. There are so many tables. I tried to keep the naming exactly as it is in the book for posterity's sake, but it's been a lot of tables, and it's been, I don't know, a week or so since I finished working on the last ones I made, so let's see what this does. That is not the right table. We're off to a strong start. War type hazard, blah, blah, blah. Site exploration. What's behind the door? Planet profile? No. Red event conditions. Man. What did I do to myself here? Don't tell me I misplaced. Oh. Wait. It's not in a folder. Let's roll and generate an expedition site. Now this is going to do a whole bunch of things. Here's our name, the original purpose, the site story, the site descriptor, the planetary overall site description, site activity, just a whole bunch of stuff. So our site is going to be, whoops, screwed that up already. Big hands. Dash 8390506. Maladar. Something. That's a thing. There we go. Okay. Let's see. We're going to add a page. It is going to be definitely text. And I can't remember what table or what sheet this is supposed to go with, whether it's the site voyage log. I don't think so, but I don't know. I can't remember. Doesn't look like it. Probably the site expedition report. That's what we're going to call it. Apologies if you can hear me typing away. I really don't care. All right, so we've got that. Original purpose. It was a vault. Maybe there's going to be some good stuff in here. It became unstable. No, I don't want to paste it there. Descriptor visibly we're going to go with partially destroyed. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Resources are generated separately. Planetary overall site descriptor prone to cave-ins. That's awesome. Site activity. 4 possible encounters. It is active. Uh-oh. Known threats. Well, at least they aren't psychic. Site hazard. Lockdown. That sounds lovely. Ooh, it's a large site. And the area connector is hallways. If you're wondering how I did all that, I made separate tables for all of those things, and then I made a master table that rolls all of them on a 1D1 with everything having the number 1. So it spits out all the output. Okay, now the next thing we are going to want to do. Yeah, we're not going to use that because it doesn't make, well, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Oh boy. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. That's what I keep telling myself. All righty then. Injuries, spaceship name. I think our spaceship was named the Immortal Hope. Something like that. Okay, so we need a large site. So let's make a large site report. Ooh, look at that. 29 resources. And I'm going to do 2 of them. And then 38 Xeno finds. And 3 encounters. So that says 4 possible. That says 3. So we're going with 3 encounters available. I hope I'm interpreting that correctly. All right. So, yeah. Should we generate the planet profile? Let's do that. That sounds fun. All right. It is on planet To Electo 0159. Diameter is 7,000 miles. You can definitely hear me typing. Sorry. Is what it is. Ooh, the atmospheric density. It is dense. Like a lot of people I know. Heavy atmosphere would be difficult to breathe in, provided they had the right balance of gases for a human being. Apparently it doesn't. But hey, I don't need a hazmat suit. That would complicate things immensely. All right, and it's chilly. It's very chilly. Perfect. Okay, cool. So I've got all of that. We're going to save that entry. And we're probably going to keep it open so that I can refer back to it. All right. I think we'll close that for now. By the way, if you enjoy the musics that you hear, I, on Patreon, throw some money every month at Hideous Hiss Music. They did not give me anything to give them a verbal here, and who knows? I don't know. Somebody might watch this. Anyway, I mention it because it's really good stuff for RPGs, especially the darker, grittier stuff. So, if you're on Patreon and you got a few bucks a month to throw somewhere that you're looking and don't know where, consider Hideous Hiss Music. Free commercial. All right. So, when last we left, they had just landed, and now we've generated our site, and we've got our planet profile, and now I have not that one. I didn't want that to happen. I've got all kinds of paper and stuff behind me here. And in front of me. All right, so I am looking at the Mission Operations Reference Manual, and we've just covered mission prep, generating the site. I don't know what kind of beasties we're going to encounter. Enemies encountered or written down on a table found on the site expedition sheet. Hey, there's that. All right. We'll come up with that as we go along. I think we'll get there. Site exploration. All right. First thing we do is we enter a new area. This increases the time track by 1. If the time track resets, the crew must take a break, spend ammo and batteries, and increase the time track by 1. Perform an activity check. There it is. If it's 1 to 2, means you encounter a known threat. Roll on the site exploration table, page 144. And decide if you'll scavenge the current area. Why would we not? Okay. So, very dense atmosphere in this environment. I think wondering why I see music. I don't hear it. Hopefully it's there. If not, I don't know. All right. So they get geared up and they drop the ramp and exit out the ship. And they are faced with looking at the vault. So I'm going to say there's a lot of big open areas with, what'd that say? Tunnels? Yeah. Oh, simple hallways. Okay. So they exit the ship and they enter into a large courtyard area that kind of acts like a funnel. There's really only one way into or further into this place, and they have to traverse this courtyard to get there. Everybody's a little bit nervous, but I think they've all managed to recover the stresses that they incurred as they embarked on the mission. And at least I think, hold on. Biff, buddy, you got any stress? Biff has no stress. Neither do those two yahoos. Alright, so we're good. There's a lot of walking around. There's a lot of walking around with sort of shell-shocked expressions and big wide eyes. And Nikita, there's even some oohs and ahs. And she's got this little drone thing hovering back and forth, and she's speaking as they walk. She's giving description of the site, and there's this mist, this heavy mist that's settled on the ground about, I don't know, let's say the first 8 to 12 inches, so approximately 1 foot. That is covering most of the ground. It's this eerie bluish color. You thought I was going to see it. As they attempt to traverse this thing, let's see what happens. We're going to perform an activity check, which is just a D10. I know I just need the D10 here. I just couldn't remember if I'd made one of these. A lot of random situations. There's an encounter activity. All right, we're just going to roll a D10, and if I roll a 1 or a 2, there's an encounter. There's no encounter. So what does a D4 mean? I must consult the PDF, the PDF. So give me a sec here. Rules. Hey, stress. We need that. I'm going to make a note here that we are in the first 10 minutes. Nobody's using stealth. We entered a new area. That's +1. Come on. See, there's so many tables. It's hard to keep it all straight, man. Which is one of the reasons I'm trying to put everything in the time. Yeah. Site exploration. 4 xenoanthropological artifact. That's awesome. I'm gonna keep that. Wait a minute. Hey, look at that. It's right there. Site exploration table. All right, so we have a xenoanthropological artifact, which I think is going to be right here. Yep. A metal rod, a handle at its bottom, and a blue sphere at the top. Ooh. Takes up 1 gear slot. All right, so as they cross this thing, their movement is messing with the mist a little bit. And, of course, Biff is in the front. And then we'll say Nikita and then Poldy. Actually, what's Nikita do? she looks to be, yeah, she's just got armor and med kits and stuff. So she's the heal bot, basically. So she's in the middle. Poldy with his Fire Slinger GL is bringing up the rear, and as Biff traipses through, disturbs the mist, and we'll say Nikita notices something and says, hey, wait, what's that? Of course, Biff turns around at that point, initially thinking she's just making inane conversation, but he turns around, stifles the eye roll when he sees her pointing at the ground, and he looks, and sure enough, there's a metal rod, a handle at the bottom, and a blue sphere at its top. They take a minute to all kind of gather around and look at it, nudge it with the barrel of a firearm or something, and then Biff will pick that baby up because he's greedy. And that's going to take a gear slot. I apparently didn't go all out on getting gear for him. We'll assume that he's got space, because I don't want to stop. All right. We're going to say XA for xenoanthropological artifact. Metal rod. Handle. To blue sphere. Good enough. It's good enough. Why are you going to be so picky? It's my game. Okay. So he picks it up, kind of tests it. He's been warned about this. You should be careful when attempting to activate an RSI item. So he doesn't. He just takes it, he stows it in his pack, and off they go. They finish traversing the courtyard, and they get to the opening. The doors have fallen off with time and lay shattered in the doorway, and in they enter into a hallway. So it's time for some percentile dice, and we're looking for, well, I don't know what we're looking for. Let's see if it's 20% or lower. It is definitely 20% or lower. They're going to get ambushed. Ambushed. Arbushed. Boldy bushed. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. They are going to have an encounter, I think that said, with a known threat. Roll on the known threats table, page 138. Well, I'm real close to that in the PDF. So we're just going to back on up here to right there. Known threats. Roll a D6. Did I make a known threats table that I've forgotten about? Maybe. I don't know. There's all that stuff. Starting to think I didn't. Just a sec. Yes, I did. I made a known threat table. But we already know the known threat, don't we? It's the... Come on. Bomber. It's the bomber. I was going to say clobber. Kind of rhymes. Okay, it's the clobber. So, at this point, they're in a hallway, so I really don't think a map is necessary per se. But we will... We got a track. No. Configure. Grid. Not gridless anymore. We have to track distance here. Percentage, solid lines, grid color. We're going to go with... I should have thought of this beforehand. And 1 unit is fine. Oh, wow. That's hard to see, especially for an old person. There we go. All right. Man, has it been a long time since I've used the drawing tools here. You know what? We're going to use that, and we're just going to make... Sure. There's our hallway. There's our hallway. All right, and we'll come back to this. Biff, I forgot to do this. I'm terribly unprepared. I don't use the character sheet at all because it's not the same rule set. Nothing applies. I'm just looking for essentially a placekeeper. And we're going to say, sure, there. And then we're going to make Nikita. What a name. So much less cool than Biff butt cheeks. Poldy. I wonder what Poldy means. Anybody know the etymology of Poldy? Oh yeah. Nikita. No, she was in the middle, so Biff would be up front. Alright. Poldy, Nikita, and Biff. And now we need the baddie. And it's the bomber. So what I did on these, just so you know, come on, so that I can have all the info up, I just made them a vehicle because that was the sheet in this game system that had a great big text area. So bombers bomb the crew with semi-organic projectiles that they spit from their large mouth. The creatures resemble an oversized toad with a long neck, spring-like legs that help them maintain their distance so they can continue their barrages from safety. Safety. What? It didn't. Okay. That's really unfortunate. Hang on. I know where those are. Antagonists. No, that's... Bomber. Oh, wow. Zero charisma. Ah. Oh, he's an aberration. There's a level of stress that comes into this. I remember. Slightly smaller. Oh, 3 hexes. Wow. Okay. Dude. Nice. Okay. So we'll put him over here for now. And we will move that. Grab. That I forgot. That I forgot to put the stress stuff on. Nobody's using stealth. And I guess we're doing setup here. We need to do some setup. All right. Encounter reaction. That's right. We do a 1d10. On a 1 to 8, the creature attacks. On a 9 to 10, the humans are ignored and the creature leaves the area. So let's do a d8. Combat occurs. Cool. Okay. Battle mat set up. I need to place 3 cover. 1 crosses 3 hexes for partial cover. What shall I do with partial cover? Not terrain walls. Not ethereal. Not doors. Not secret doors. Let's do windows for partial cover. And that's going to cover 3 hexes. Whoops. All right, so there's 1 chunk, and then a 2 hex full cover. We'll go with this. And we're going to say that that is... I'm just going to leave it like that. And then a 1 hex for full cover. And we'll, I don't know. Right here seems good. We'll just put it there. All right, so now we've got some detritus there that I should really make some tiles for this because, well, that's helpful. Not being able to see it when you move away from it, not so much. What if I draw where they are? Let's see. All right. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. Not bad. Oh, come on. I don't use this, so I don't know what it actually does. Right there. Doink. What did it make it up? Make it a tile or something? There we go. We'll move that up. And now we're going to call that done, and I know where my cover stuff is. All right, so that's partial cover, full cover, full cover. All right, that's done. Place the combatants, roll for placement. 52. Page 52. Did I make a table for this? Or did I make the table for this? Combat. Stance. Misses. Hit locations. NPC creature targeting. Random combat events. Surprise. Nope. All right. Let's go to page 52. I really wish I had the physical book, but I'm not going to pay the absurd amount of shipping to get it here. Physical placement. PCs first. Well, since this goes north-south, we're going to say 3 and 4 is west. And that's where they are. And, all right. Yep. We're just calling that done. Should have skipped it to begin with. All right. Placement. Roll surprise. Also on page 52. And this is a 6-sided dice roll. Do I have surprise? I do. So let's roll surprise. The PCs are surprised, which makes sense. All right. So we're going to say this thing was hiding behind. Oh, yeah. All right. Next time I'll have. Yeah, I need to have a random battle map made that's just blank for this kind of stuff. Lesson learned. Okay, so it's hiding behind the wall, and they get surprised. So what I'm going to say is, oh yeah, this thing, surprise means it gets a +2 on its initiative roll. All right, so now we roll initiative, which is a d10 plus speed if it's applicable from gear, talents, inherent abilities. And if there's a tie, re-roll. All right, so Biff, get your butt cheeks over here. And you don't have nothing for speed. This thing's an aberration, so we're going to deal with that right quick so I don't forget. I believe it's 2 stress. If not, whatever. He's got 2 stress. She's got 2 stress. Everybody's got 2 stress, except the bad guy. Okay, got that marked down on the NPCs. Okay. So Biff is going to roll a d10. Ooh, it was almost extra garbagey. Biff got a 6. Nikita, what do you get? A 10. Wow. The girl that has no weapon gets a 10. No, I went shopping for them. Otherwise, how'd what's his name? Poldy wind up the guy I just rolled a 4 for. Got his firearm. All right, and now the bomber. And the bomber has no speed that I can see. So, just a straight detail. Oh, it's a +2 for him because. Okay. So he's tied with Nikita. So Nikita's reroll is low. And the bomber's reroll is higher. So we've got Bomber, Nikita, Biff, and Poldy. Which is even better because surprise. Okay, cool. Now, what's your range on your attack there, dude? Attack skill is +8. Range is huge. 2, 4, 6, 8. All right. Right on. So what you going to do there? Bombers always target the largest group of characters. Blah, blah, blah. He's going to spit a big old globule of something. Explosive attack. Combat behavior. Explosive attack, glue bomb, or corrosive blast. Lovely. This is a row attack. Okay. Right on. Let's find out what he does. Combat behavior. Another D10. Whew. Oh, well, it's still a corrosive blast. Row 5. Attack. I don't know what that means. Doo-doo. Fixed events, random occurrences. Taking a break. What kind of crap is that? Zone-based combat. Conditions. Stress. Let's look at stress right quick. Facing danger is +2. Facing an aberration count. Oh, it's 5. So, facing danger and an aberration. I'm going to count that as 2 separate things. Everybody gets to make a something check to try and resolve skill. It's the resolve skill. And if they get that, then their stress, each of those is reduced to 1. I might be being generous here. I could see an argument for calling this just 1 roll, but you know what? It's my game. So resolve +7. Don't mind all the noise. D20 +7. This is for Biff. Okay. So he's got 2 stress from facing danger. And whoo, look at that. So he's at a total of 3 stress. Biff, 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 Biff. Biff. All right. Now, Nikita. NPCs have no skills. This will be a straight will check, I believe. I'll look it up later. That's what we're going to go with. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with. All right. So she's got 2 from facing danger. And 1. So she's also at 3. You got 3. Now for Poldy, who has a lower than that will. Oh, look at that. So he's got 1 from facing danger. And 5 for entering combat or facing an aberration encounter. So he's got 6. Poldy. Dude. Don't go too crazy. Now, what happens? Consequences of stress. At 3, the nervous tick starts to appear. It will only disappear after losing any amount of stress. At 10 stress, they might react negatively to the stress. So we're all at 3. or higher. Yep, everybody's at 3 or higher. So Biff starts sniffling or sniffing. Nikita, what's your nervous tick, sweetie? Come on, I made this. Apparently I made it but didn't write it down. I don't know that NPCs get a nervous tick. Whatever. They react badly. But not super badly. Okay. So there's that. Where was I in this process? Okay, we just rolled initiative and I took care of stress. Determine, declare combat stance. I believe that's on page 56. Okay. So what's going to happen here is Nikita is going to be in a defensive stance. So I should have figured that out beforehand. She gets a -2 to initiative. Well, that's fine. It doesn't change the order at all. She must spend 6 stamina on defensive maneuvers each round, -4 to attack. But what's she going to attack with? Nothing. And a +4 to defense, or a +4 defense. Not to defense, but +4 defense. I'm gonna say Biff is gonna go. Biff will go aggressive. And that gives him a +2 to initiative, which I don't think would change anything. It would not. That would just make him even with Nikita. Okay, so he's going to be aggressive, +2 to initiative, has to spend 6 plus stamina on offensive maneuvers each round. He gets +4 to attack and a -4 defense. And then Poldy is going to stay neutral. So there you go. I've given myself much more to keep track of than I had previously. Okay, let's get into this. Determine, we already did that. Act, then move, or move, then act. Biff, buddy, I forgot what weapon you're using. What weapon are you using? Combat, and I always got the KSA service. And that thing's range is 4. And he can only move 1. So he's going to move 1. And the range. Oh, too bad. Too bad. All right. I don't know what penalty that is going to incur. Let me see if I can find that out right quick. Wounds, condition, stress, expedition, combat, movement, ties, damage, critical hits and stuff. Let's try looking on that page. No, I did not print any of the book. I got off of Drive-Thru RPG the player aid for Across 1,000 Dead Worlds by Games by Felix. And it's got some useful stuff, a nice distillation of several things. Combat sequence. Defensive, blah, blah, blah. Once per combat, a character may spend 1 luck to trigger a random Standard attack is 5. Close combat, ranged combat, targets in partial cover, targets in full cover. Okay, so that's going to be good to know. Ties, movement, damage, armor, critical hits and misses. All right, I'm just going to say he gets a -2. And because he's being aggressive and the thing is behind partial cover. Wait a minute. What am I doing? I've gone crazy. It's not even Biff's turn. It's not even Biff's turn. It's the bomber's turn. So the bomber, because it doesn't know all of that stuff, it's going to move right there. And then it is going to do its, what was that? Caustic blast or something. I can't remember, but I'm going to get right back to it. So you just wait. Explosive, glue bomb, corrosive blast. Belches out a stream of stomach acids, burning anything in front of it. This is a row 5 attack that deals 4d10 damage. That's going to be crazy if these people all die right now. Okay, so it leans out, and actually I may not be able to do that. Okay. Why not? We're having fun. It'll vomit on Biff. It'll vomit on Biff. Okay, so because this is a ranged attack, if I'm remembering correctly, where'd my music go? It's something different. That's not different. Well, that's different, but that's not combat. I don't know. This one's called Blood in the Snow. That's what we're going with. So the beastie is going to roll its attack, which is going to be a d20 plus 8. And Biff at the same time is going to roll his attack. Attacker rolls the attack. Defender rolls dex. Subtract creature's defense from PC's roll. What? That makes no sense. It's fine. All right, so let's see what it's doing. Okay, so it's going to roll its attack, d20 plus 8. He is going to roll his dex. So let's do the beastie first. Wow, that's pretty low. Biff, you might have a chance, buddy. Let's see. What's your dex? 11. So a d20 plus 11. Or would it be? No, it would be a d20. Don't go second guess. Unless I'm doing it wrong, and then correct me. Come on. Come on. Well, that's enough to not get vomited upon. So this thing hops up there, leans out, and goes, bleh. And Biff goes, holy crap, and narrowly avoids getting vomited upon. Okay, and that, wait. Yeah, the attack range is 10. Okay. Attack skills +8. Never mind. Okay, so it's done that. And that is, excuse me, that is its turn. And now it's Nikita's turn. And she freaks out and moves that direction. And is there anything you can do, girl? We should have gotten you a gun. I feel like I would have done that. Tell you what, we're going to give her the KSA service pistol. Because reasons. Why would she go to a unknown planet full of danger unarmed? She wouldn't. So the KSA has a range of 4. I'll move her back. And damage of D10. So this is full cover. And full cover, -4 or a -5 to the attack. Stand by. Full cover -5. Well, she's not going to hit anything, but she will move right there and she will return fire, all the while screaming about how gross the vomit looks. And now it's her turn. Oh my. Girl. No wonder. All right. So she is going to be rolling D20 +8, and it will be rolling defense. This is her attack. Oh. Dummy. That's what you get for trying to take shortcuts. Oh, that was almost a crit. That would have been extra fun. Okay, so it's a 22, but I forgot to do the -5. So what's that say? 14. Yeah. 14. It's a 16, and this thing's defense is 4. I was going to do it again. Yeah, it ain't getting hit today. Not by her. All right, so there's that. And now it is Biff's turn. Now it's Biff's turn. So Biff is going to move up 1. Oh, I didn't throw in any range modifier for that, but it's okay. It's okay. Hey, look at there. All right, Biff is going to attack. And his ranged combat skill, if I remember right, was 7. But let's check. 7. Okay. 1d20 +7. Here comes... Oh, wait. There's another modifier here. There's another modifier here. That's close. Oh, that's for close combat. Okay. Never mind. So he's got a -5 because of things behind full cover. Yeah, it's fine. So So this is just going to be the +2. Roll high, Biff. Well, that's something. All right, and now we will roll the beastie's defense, which is, or it's, yeah, defense. Oh, and it's a tie. What happens if there's a tie? If there's a tie, combatant with the highest attribute skill or attribute or skill value, ignore rolls and modifiers, win. If still tied, attacker wins. I don't really know how to adjudicate that other than to say Biff's ranged combat is +7 and the creature's defense is 4, so it's getting shot. So there's that. All right, so it's KSA is a D10 and base damage is a D10. So Biff has to roll 2D10 and hope that he beats the thing's con. 2D10. Here we go. Roll high. Oh, that's too bad. All right. So it doesn't knock it down. That's really unfortunate. All right. Now it's Poldy's turn. And Poldy is going to step up. And I remember his firearm, Fireslinger GL. I'm going to cheat here. I didn't write down range. So we're going to go to... when stuff's not in folders. Believe? I don't think it's an SMG. Oh, it is. Fireslinger GL. Range 7/4, whatever that means. Oh, wait. Biff had to fire twice because he's being aggressive. Everybody hold your horses. Biff has got to fire again. So that was a D20. No, it's the +2 because he's got a 7, but it's behind full cover. That's probably not going to hit anything. And it rolls a D20 +4. Yeah. All right. Biff has fulfilled his angry obligations. And now we can continue. All right. D10. Wow. D10 +10. He's not going to do that right now. I'm guessing that's for burst fire, maybe? Yeah, probably for burst. All right, so he's just going to do the +7, and the thing's behind full cover, so he gets a -5, which means he's rolling a D20 +2. Oh no! Did I make a table for that? Please tell me I made a table for that. Please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Please. Critical miss. Ranged. What happened? Jammed weapon. Ah, it won't fix itself. Either spend all your stamina unjamming it or spend 5 stamina to drop it and draw a different weapon. Well, he's going to use all of his stamina to unjam the weapon. And he's throwing out profanities such as gosh, darn it, and fizzle sticks as he does so because he wears wingtip shoes. I don't know what that All right, so that's it for him. Hey, we've gone through one round of this nonsense. And is there anything I need to do prior to? There was a hit scored, but it didn't do any damage. Okay. And we're back to the top of the round. I really hope I'm doing this right. Initiative stays the same. Nothing changes there. Biff is going to go neutral. So he's not... no. He needs the +4. Oh, I forgot to do the -4 too. It's fine. Whatever. Yeah, he's going to go aggressive again to get that +4. And you know what? Everybody's going to go neutral. Everybody's going to go neutral. But it's the bombers. It's the bomber's turn. And it is going to... Hold on. Move there. And there. And it is going to... Need to roll another D10. It's a 6. So it's a glue bomb. A ball of red filaments is violently ejected from the bomber's mouth, immobilizing anyone it hits. This is an explosive 2 attack that immobilizes all targets, forcing them to spend their next turn cutting themselves out. This could be bad. Okay, I need to know how big an area explosive 2 covers. Explosive 2. Wait, is it combat? It's not in the table of contents. Yes, we talk about cover. Fine. Placement, surprise, counter activity. Sorry. Cost, combat stance. We've been there before. Close combat, ranged combat, NPC creature target, hit location. Oh, I didn't do hit location last time either. We're going to do hit location. Moving forward. Come on. Okay, thrown explosive. This would technically count as a thrown explosive. Whether it's a grenade or smoke bomb, successful dex check is required to land a thrown explosive on target. Well, that's going to be, we'll use his attack skill. Because that makes sense. Excuse me. If successful, the explosion happens right where you wanted it to. On a failure, it lands D4 hexes away from the target hex in a random direction. And I'm going to need that. It's a D. Okay. Blast. Wait. Affects the... Blue bomb. Mouth. Explosive 2. Okay. Affects the target hex and all adjacent hexes, potentially more, depending on its strength. This is typical of grenades and similar weaponry. Does that mean it's going to do the hex that it's in and 2 out? That's huge. I'm going to say just the hex on the first one, because that's crazy. All right. Okay. It is going to target right there. And now I need to roll its attack skill +8. Oh, wow. 25. Okay. I think Nikita and Poldy are just about to get stuck. We'll do Nikita first. Yeah, she's complaining. And then Oldie. Which is not enough. And that doesn't say that it does damage. Just violently ejected, explosive 2 that immobilizes, forcing them to spend their next. Yeah, just it. I'm not going to make the comment that I was just about to make. It pukes on them, and they are now stuck to the floor, and both of them are angry about it. Okay, so that's that. Nikita, she spends her entire round this round extricating herself from the goo. And now it's Biff's turn. Yep, Biff's turn. And Biff should be able to, hopefully, inflict a little bit of damage on this thing. Maybe can knock it down. Hey, let's do a thing first, though. Oh, come on. I disabled that. Why? Whatever. It's fine. Go on. So that's what the thing looks like. I forgot to point that out to everybody. Even though you could kind of see it there. I wonder. This game system like that. Ah, yes. There you go. Big, creepy, ugly looking thing. Okay, Biff, shoot it already. It's gonna be his ranged combat as a +7. That is a lousy roll, Biff. I guess let's find out if the bomber rolls a 1 or a 2. Or a 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. That was supposed to be +4 because he's... No, I said everybody was being neutral. He's... Alright. Never mind. Jeez. Okay. So, it needs to roll... defense. Oh, it's almost a 1. Almost. Okay, well, there's that. And that's 5 stamina for Biff. He is going to... Oh, I forgot. Partial cover comes over here. So he would have to move to get an unobstructed line of sight shot, which we're good. We're good. He did that. No. Stop it. All right. He is going to try and shoot the thing again with his KSA service pistol. Oh, goodness. What do we do? What do we get? Loss of confidence. Now that you think about it, this is not looking good. Reduce your initiative by 2. Well, big whoop. That puts him on par with Poldy. Yeah, could have been worse. I was kind of hoping that it was gonna be. All right. Forgive the noise. Okay. So he's attacked twice. We are at Poldy. And Poldy... I'm going to say the thing has... partial cover? Well... Nah. He gets the full meal deal on it. Holy, the fire slinger. Range is 7. Okay, yep, it's good. Barely, but it's good. And he is going to roll plus 10. It's going to do it again. Come on. Not. What is happening? My system performance seems to be not performery. 1d20 plus 10. Come on, do the thing. Why? I know it's not my system resources. I know it. You know what? All right. We'll do it that way. Oh my goodness. Could this be? Could it be? Oh, could it be? Exposed. You step to the wrong side, leaving yourself exposed. All enemies targeting you get a free attack. Oh, wow. We'll say it was targeting him. I mean, it was targeting those two more than anything, but yeah, sure. It's a free attack. And in that free attack, we are going to go with explosive attack. Regurgitates a large ball of mucus. Lovely. That explodes on impact. It's an explosion 2 that does 6d4 damage. Wow. Okay. Well, Poldy, you better hope this thing really sucks at hawking a loogie on you. But it probably doesn't. That's going to be plus 8. Not 9, but oh, well, that's not bad. 13. And Oldie. I'm gonna roll a d20 plus 10. Are you ready to play nice now? Nope. Annoying. But whatever. It's fine. Okay. Whew. All right, so it missed, which means I gotta go back to the old explosion table where it tells me where the thing goes. Because that might play into, it might hit Biff. Alright, so I need to roll a d8 and write down this page number. Wait. Oh, come on. What is the deal? Did I run out of... Dude. No. Stop. Stop! It's page 63. Get your head in the game. Alright. It's a 1. It goes north. So it was going to land right there. So it goes north. And let's find out how many 1d4 hexes away. This could still get him. It could still get him. 2 hexes away. So doink. And it's explosive 2. So Just barely. Just barely. Barely. That was almost really costly. Poldy, pull yourself together, man. Focus. Okay. So that was that. That was his first attack. He's going to spend the rest of his stamina. And he's actually going to move up. He's going to spend the rest of his stamina to attack again. And he's not what? He's not what? Say what? Ooh, he has the aim talent. What does the aim talent give you? Hold on. Trying to get myself together here. Aim cost 10 stamina, deal double damage on your next attack if it's writh with a ranged weapon. Okay, so next round maybe he'll do that, but he's already spent 5 and he can't do it. Known threats again. Okay. So he's going to D10 plus 10. Come on. 17. And it's got to roll a dex. Is that what it is? Man, I can't remember. No, it's defense. Defense. I knew that didn't sound right. Oof. Well, shucks. Shucks and dadgummits. All right. So that's his round. We're at the top of the round again. So far, this has been Whiff Fest 2025. Bomber's turn. You know what? Let's randomly decide its combat behavior this time. Unless I didn't do that last time. I don't know. Whatever. It's a 7. So it's going to do the glue bomb again. And this time it's going to aim for right. I don't know. It's fine. And it's a plus 8. Right? Yep. Oh, wow. Okay. That was a well-placed shot. Let's do Biff first, and his dexterity is 11. Oh, I had to look up marksman too. All right. 11. 20 plus 11. Oh. Okay. Well, we're learning stuff. Now we know that. Now we need a D20 plus 10 for Poldy. He's fine. Biff is, because that was a crit miss. Instead of, I mean, he wasn't attacking. Instead of rolling anything there, I'm going to say it got him good enough. He's going to spend 2 rounds extricating himself from the thing. So there's that. Poldy did just fine. This thing took its attack, and now it's Nikita's turn. She's gonna move up. She will make an attack, and she's going to be doing plus. Oh my god, so many ones. This is going to get bad. Some slip. You step on something. Test dex or be knocked down. This could be bad. Okay. Well, we'll just re-roll the dex again. Oh, well, that's not enough. So she is knocked down. Where's prone? Where's prone? Not paralyzed. Not unconscious. Come on. These are supposed to be in some sort of order. It ain't that. Bleeding, corroding, silenced, burning, diseased, poisoned, cursed, shocked, frozen, blind, restrained. Come on. Oh, right there. Haha, look closely. I wasn't looking at the symbol. Alright, she's prone. That's bad for her. I did all of that. And now, for her second attack, she's going to try and get up. Which is going to be a will roll and cost her 5 stamina. So, that'll be her round. And her will is 10. Come on. There you go. Alright. She got up. All of that. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It went, then Nikita. It's Biff's turn. Biff spends his entire round getting out of the goop. Well, all your stamina, it says. So he will do that, and then he'll move over here. Because moving doesn't cost you any stamina. It's Poldy's turn. He's going to move up, and he's going to attempt to shoot the thing again, which is going to be a D10, a D20 plus 10. These garbage rolls. This is bad. D20 plus 4 for the monsters. Dex. Yep, might roll crappy here. Or maybe not. Alright, Poldy is going to shoot again. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And the beastie. Got to be kidding. You know what? I'm gonna say that's not crit worthy. It's fine. We need to get some action going here. And Poldy's just the guy to do it. Because he's got the Fire Slinger, which is a D10 plus 10. A D10 plus 10. No, not D10 plus 10. 2D10. I knew what I meant. Come on. Ooh, 14. It's, oh, yes. Yes. The thing gets shot and it is prone. That's awesome. Now we're making some headway here, but the bad news is it's the end of the round. It's the thing's turn, and it's got to try and recover. And to do that is a will check. So it's going to roll a D20 plus 12. And if it makes it, it gets up. Ooh. That's awesome. It doesn't get up. It's still knocked down. This could be a good thing, guys. This dude's got 3 wounds, and if each of these, this thing could die this round. That would be awesome. Okay, so it stays down, and it's still within the 3. You know what? I'm going to say it scampers back 1 because that's all it can, but that's still within 4, and I think Nikita's the one who's going to have range difficulties. I need to look up range penalties still, because I've not been factoring that in for her, and I don't know what the penalty is. All right, it's her turn, so she is going to move, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna say it's a -2 for now. Her deck really sucks. So it's a D20 plus 6. Okay, 17. That's respectable. This thing has a defensive 4. Please roll low. Please roll low. Ooh, that's low. Awesome. All right, so this thing takes a wound. So it is wounded 1. It's got 2 left. That is her. Yep. Okay. And she's going to shoot again because that worked so well. Oh my goodness, this could be a great thing. 23. And now it has its thing. It is knocked down. It is already wounded. And it's now wounded too. Nikita finally decided to quit messing around. And now it is Biff's turn. And Biff will move up 1 just to make sure he's in good range. And he will make a ranged combat roll, which for him is +7. And thank God it wasn't a 1 again. That is a really nice shot. I forgot to do hit location. We'll do that now for Biff. That thing rolled low. It's getting shot. But the question is, where? Okay, 0 damage modifier. Shot in the arm. Shot in the arm. Never mind. It doesn't really matter, actually, because the thing had 1 left. Biff shoots it, and per the rules, unless I'm completely misinterpreting this, if it's knocked down and takes damage, which it's going to, even it's going to take minimum 2, then it receives a wound. That's its 3rd wound. It is deed. It's deed, which is pretty awesome. Now, the time ticker, the tick timer, goes by because we just did an encounter. So there's that. Everybody's freaked out. I don't know. I don't think there's additional stress involved. But I'm going to have to review some rules about how to get rid of stress. I know it can be pretty easy. And they're not super in trouble there yet. But I think I'm actually going to call it a night here because I've been going at this for a while. How long have I been going at this? Hour and 40 minutes. You know what? we'll forge ahead for just a little bit. Okay, so they finished killing this thing. Everybody stands around a little bit, and they're all breathing heavy, and they're looking at each other, and this is crazy, and I'm not sure we should have done this, and this, that, and the other thing, but hey, it is what it is, and we're here. Everybody takes a breath and reloads, not takes a break, because there are rules for that, but takes a breath, reloads, does the thing, and then they finish going through the hallway into the area. Into the new... Wow. That is also not before. I might be doing this wrong because they got attacked in the hallway. Whatever, it's fine. I am going to count the time track. No, the time track was for the combat. So they enter the... Yep, they enter the new area. That's the third tick on the timer. And... there's that. And now the time has come for me to roll another table. Encounter activity. What was it? What was it? If the time track resets, it does not perform an activity check. That's what it was called. And that is... not encounter activity. Well, come on. Maybe it's the exploration. Means we encounter a threat. Man. Having sort of successfully navigated my first combat, I'm all discombobulated. Enter a new area, blah, blah, blah. Perform an activity check. And if the result is 1 to 2, it means you encounter a threat. Roll on the known threats to handle that. Roll on the site exploration. Okay, so let's roll a d10. Hopefully it's not a 1 or a 2. It's not a 1 or a 2. So now we need to roll a site exploration table. Yeah. We find a locked access point. So we... this be the vault? I don't know. Probably not. So... come out of the hallway, leaving the deed bomber behind. And we walk into an open area that there's one way out of. It's across the room. Locked. So the door is intact, and it's got a little panel next to it that has a blinking red light because we're stereotypical. What do we do with a locked access point? Let's find out. Notes. See, locked access points rolls on 156. Locked access points. While exploring an area, some access points entries will be closed. When this happens, roll below to determine what type of door it is. Door type. Because if the characters are lucky and get it open, they might find something special on the other side. But if they want to progress and can't get through, they will have a different path ahead to open a locked door. A character must use a lockpick device as described below. I think Nikita has one. Okay. Open a locked door, use lockpick as described below. Each attempt advances the time track by 1. Roll 2d10, arranging the lower result on the left and the higher on the right. And then you attempt to lockpick. Player must guess whether a third d10 will land outside or inside the firewall. That's kind of cool. I hadn't read that yet. Once they guess, roll the d10. If they're correct, they located the access node and unlocked the door. If they're wrong, or the third die matches either firewall number, it remains locked. Encountering locked access point. Roll to determine the door type. I need to figure out the door type. Secure door. Particularly difficult door. When attempting to open with a lockpick, roll 2 access node dice and pick the worst result. So it's rolling with disadvantage. That sucks. We're not out of the woods yet. All right, so let's set the firewall. 10. And why did I do that? 10 and 10. Okay. I can't make that make sense. So, oh my. 10 and 8. Okay, third will land inside or outside the firewall. Once they guess, if they're correct, the locked access. Oh, well, that's not bad. She's gonna say it's gonna land outside. So if it's an 8, 9, or 10, we got problems. Oh, and I'm supposed to roll twice and take the worst result, but I don't think I need to because of that. Locked, third die matches. Okay, it remains locked. And that takes time. So that's marked. Okay, so we're still... It doesn't say to roll new firewall. So I'm just keeping the 8 to 10. And she's going to say it's going to land outside of that. This is so close to being an 8 again. Okay. So, oh yeah, I need to roll twice and take the worst result. Hey, perfect. That's cool. All right, so the door opens. What's behind the door? Let's find out. I know that some of these can be really bad. So, Nikita's all proud of herself. She uses the lockpick thing and she gets the door. Click and the blinking light turns green. She gives this big toothy grin. Her teeth are perfect, by the way. Toothy grin through the visor at her companions as she pushes the green button. Oh, ignore flat planet surface. That sucks. Alright, we gotta roll it again. The nest of some abomination. And we're going to be right back to combat. And I am not prepared for that. So here I'm going to stop this. And we will come back to it again, hopefully much, much sooner. Maybe even tomorrow. Maybe. Anyway, there's that. So they're on the planet. They've entered the facility. They've done a couple things. We killed a bomber, and now we're face to face with some elite abomination. I don't know, maybe it's not there. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Right. For now, that's it. If you're watching this, which is a stupid thing to say. For those of you who are watching this, thanks for following the misadventures of Biff Butt Cheeks in the very fun role-playing game of Across 1,000 Dead Worlds. Maybe 1,000 dead characters when it's all said and done. Anyway, toodles.